Hello.
Hi. I'm checking something.
Hannah's checking our connection to see how we're doing. I'm Laurie.
I'm Hannah.
And we're Journey with the Gingers. And
I feel like this makes
we just got finished with a big storm here, which is good that it's over with. Because I was hoping it wouldn't be going on while we were live streaming. How's everybody doing? How are you doing, Hannah? You still checking us out?
I look drunk.
Hannah says why do you think you look
drunk?
No,
not right now.
Oh.
No, in a video.
Is it looking good for you, Hannah? You happy? All right, nice and clear. We are using Hannah's laptop because we're trying to figure out if it's the internet connection or this my laptop that's been causing us problems.
I'm thinking it's her laptop.
Yeah, so I think it's time for me to get a new laptop.
I would also like to point out that I've been trying to tell her to get this type of laptop because this laptop is 10 years old.
I can't go Mac.
I
can't go Mac.
It's so easy to use.
It scares me.
And the amount of money you spend on all of your computers that have died over the past 10 years.
You know, I've had that computer for a long time.
What's a long time? 3 years?
No, I've had that computer 6 years. It's time for a new one, but I think I'm not going to go to a Mac.
Mm-hmm.
Macs are expensive.
They are, but they last a decade.
Anyway. How are you doing, Hannah? Hannah had bachelorette weekend last weekend. You want to give a brief synopsis of what all y'all did?
Made a candle, petted some dogs, went on Tipsy Bar Crawl trivia, which I was more invested into the learning about Savannah part more than the Tipsy part. Mm-hmm. And then
You're very quiet tonight.
I'm thinking.
You need your teacher voice.
I'm not a teacher.
There you go. That's it. So you petted dogs.
Yeah, it's a poodle and a black lab at the candle place.
The candle place had dogs.
Remember I showed you that poodle that had pink hair? Yeah.
Okay. Did you see any other animals?
I mean, there's tons of dogs.
You went to a dessert place?
I'm not going to say the name of that place. Yeah. It was fun. It was always good cocktails and stuff.
A dessert place with cocktails.
Mm-hmm.
In Savannah, Georgia.
There's one in Greenville. It's no change.
So tell us something good if you have some good news to share. You have a countdown coming up, and we'll share our countdowns too coming up. And
I hear crackling.
Huh? Uh-oh. Is it our microphone?
I'm not a teacher. Mm-hmm. It is crackling.
Is it the microphone?
Oh my God.
Uh-oh. Shall we use the microphone on your computer?
No, stop. Don't unplug.
Okay.
We can try.
Oh, somebody says it's gone now. We're not going to touch anything. I wonder if it's the cord.
Do you remember when I was telling you? It may be my computer. Do you remember when we tried that live stream one time and you're like, all I hear is static?
Uh-huh.
But I can use my blue Snowball at home to record things.
So you think it's that Mac computer that you think I should have?
No, I'm just thinking it just could be it. All
right, if y'all still hear it, let us know. Somebody says it's gone now. Thank y'all for letting us know, though.
Hello. No, it's still crackling. It's still unplug it.
Unplug it? All right, let's check us. Can you
stop? Hold on. Can you hear us? Let's try that.
Can you hear us now?
No. Somebody said. Can you hear us? Let's try that.
Can you hear us now?
It's like muffled, but it's better.
Okay. It must be your mic.
It's fine.
Okay. Putting it away. All good technical difficulties.
Mm-hmm.
Should we move this closer? Is it okay?
And we're not moving the computer if I can't read it.
All right. Thank y'all for letting us know. Good technical difficulties. We appreciate that.
Don't get flustered. You get flustered.
I know. So we do. We're going to have some travel news we're going to talk about. We're going to do a little Q&A about traveling with you all to ask you your thoughts on things and just kind of have fun with that. We are first going to say hello to everybody in the chat, and then we're going to talk about countdown. So if you have a countdown, put it in the chat.
I hate it.
Hey, Keith from BDF. Good to see you. I'm sure he's got a countdown he's sharing. Oh, there it is. 277 days until his 62nd birthday. 1,229 days until his next Walt Disney World trip. 3,055 days until his next Universal Orlando trip. Which one are you more excited about, Keith? Universal or Walt Disney World? Hey, Anthony, and happy birthday to Anthony, y'all. It's his birthday today. I'm sure he's very young, as we know Anthony is a young guy. And then we have Meg. Hey, Meg, are you back from your trip? I guess you are. I don't know. Good to see you. Did you have a good trip? And then there's Cruise Nuts. Hello from a far, far place. They have palm trees on there?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you? Hey, Nick P. He says, good evening, Gingers, and everybody else. Thursday. Last week was not the same without you guys. Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you so much, Nick. We appreciate that. There's VDF Travels, and he's on a cruise right now. He's on a Norwegian cruise, and his itinerary looks pretty awesome. He was in Bar Harbor, Maine. He's been at Martha's Vineyard. I'm excited to watch where else you get to go. And then there's Blaine from Rayleigh Creative Travel. Blaine, I was so glad that I saw, I think your wife posted something that y'all were safe after the hurricane came through. All we had was a bunch of rain, but I figured that y'all got a lot worse than we did, being on the coast and all. And prayers to everybody for that thing that's out there in the ocean right now. I think it looks, hopefully, knock on some wood, it's going to spare the southeast or maybe even the United States, I hope. And there's Bruce and Cindy from Ocean to Ocean Travel. Great to see y'all. And hey, Tom, great to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Lane says to keep that storm up there.
What's he saying? He's been outside getting some things on the RV ready, so I don't need storms. Oh, so you didn't get this, what we just passed here. Is that what you're saying?
I'm working on it.
Yeah, honestly, what we had passing here earlier looked a lot like what we had when the hurricane came by. I mean, just a lot of heavy rain and wind. Hey, Nick Torres. Hannah likes to introduce you, though.
One of my favorite Canadians.
One of her favorite Canadians, Nick, from the Great White North.
Let me get in there. Static. Static. Love it.
I love that y'all tell us that something's going on. I would much rather people tell us than we go back and watch it and it's like, oh my gosh, what was all that noise?
Mm-hmm.
You know they're friends.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, TNT Adventures to See. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to you. I think Paul on his page said Happy Friday Eve.
Noel calls it Friday Junior.
Friday Junior. Thursday's Friday Junior.
Mm-hmm.
Good day, y'all. 51 more sleeps until the cruise day. Whoop whoop. From cruising on the high seas and travel.
BDF says he's more excited for Walt Disney World.
More excited for Walt Disney World. Which would you be more excited for if you were going to each one?
Which one do you think?
You've become a Universal girl. All that wand waving and all that stuff.
So literally, if it wasn't for, I'm not gonna lie, if it wasn't for Harry Potter, it would be Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Universal, I can do it for like 2 days and I've done enough.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
16 days until we head to Pigeon Forge, 25 days until our Pigeon Forge meetup. William was talking about Pigeon Forge today. We're talking about places we've been, but we like to go back, and we haven't been to Pigeon Forge for, gosh, when you were little, right?
I've been to Pigeon Forge.
Yeah, you've been since we've been, because you're with grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Got back on Sunday evening, had a wonderful weekend. I know you did, Meg. I'm so glad you got to get away and see your sweetie. Keith says he likes the Harry Potter the best when it comes to Universal, especially Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade.
I like Nocturne Alley the best.
Nocturne Alley, is that the dark one?
Mm-hmm. I spent like
She's very dark.
4 hours in that tiny little spot. I was
Cave.
like, so cool in there.
You like the store. What's the store called?
Borgin and Burke's. I wear that shirt so much. My Borgin and Burke shirt. Love it so much. Yep.
Hey, Holly. Great to see you. Another ginger.
Someone said hurricane or snowstorm. Which one would you choose and why? Which one would you rather be in?
I think it's snowstorm because we never see it. It just came one time. We did have a horrible ice storm here in like 2014 or 13. 14.
February 2014.
2014. It was awful. It was so cold, and we had no power for like 3 days, and the trees were just all, the limbs and everything were everywhere. I think that's right after that we got the new roof on the house because of the damage from tree limbs.
Mm-hmm.
Holly has 44 days until she cruises again. Where you going, Holly? What ship you going on, Holly? I'm so excited to cruise soon. And
I think we're good.
We're good.
Hold on a moment.
Oh, I see somebody. There's Ryan. Hey, Ryan. Great to see you.
We're good.
I think Bill from BDA Travels also, that cruise has already been to Boston too. I think he has gone several places already, which is really cool. A New England cruise is fun. I would do it again. All right. So we have Disneyland coming up at the beginning of October.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just going to fly to Anaheim and spend how many days in the parks for?
Mm-hmm.
And wow. And as soon as I fly home, I'm washing clothes and packing for a cruise. And the booze cruise will be also in October, and that is for everybody on the Carnival Glory that's going on the booze cruise. It is 52 days. There are so many people that are cruising in October. It's either the booze cruise, and there's a they call it the non-cruise. It's not a group cruise, but they all go at the same time. I mean, there's a lot of, and I think Tony and Jenny have a group cruise in Halloween. A lot of people are cruising in October, which is nice to get away for everybody. And then 2024, Wave and I are going on the MSC Seashore, and I'm going on Carnival Sunshine, and then Hannah and I are going to New York, and then we're getting on the NCL Joy and going to Bermuda. I know what she's more excited about. New York. So next week we'll be posting the next video of our Las Vegas series. And are you telling what it's about, or are you just going to surprise?
It's going to be a surprise because it's going to be a surprise for me.
No, it's not. You know where you went.
I honestly don't know what it's going to be.
How much it's going to be of that.
I just don't know.
Okay. But it will be Hannah and Jarrell in that video. When we went to
Vegas, I don't know.
Most likely be Hannah and Jarrell.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
When we went to Las Vegas, we all went together, all four of us. But William and I kind of on a couple of days did our own thing, and they did their own thing. So it's like she's having to separate all the footage because it's a bunch of different things.
Separated. Yeah, I'm just
doing it in portions.
The problem is that we didn't really communicate that much when we were vlogging throughout the day. So that's why the last video ended up the way it was, because I literally had no footage of them talking during their bus.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you haven't checked out our latest video, William and I did the night tour on the hop on, hop off bus that took us all the way down the strip and to Fremont Street. And if you really wanted to see the strip at night, it's really kind of cool to sit on top of the hop on and hop off bus. But we kind of, because we didn't do a lot of voiceovers, I mean, a lot of talking because we're the large group of people on this bus, we kind of did more of a sit down in front of this kind of thing. And we talked about it. And Hannah,
stop moving your hand, please. Because it is causing that thing to go back and forth, back and forth.
I talk with my hands.
You don't see it keep moving, but it keeps moving every time you lift up your hand.
Anyway, so we did it like that, and Hannah like put in the video like over what we're talking about, okay. Which I think it turned out to be a good video though.
I like to point out that I'm the one who came up with the solution because I was like, this is going to be bad if I just let it ride like it is.
I wonder if we even talked a lot when we did the Grand Canyon. It was so windy and we had sand. It was going everywhere. We didn't want to open our mouths.
In my ears, and that was gross.
Yeah, we had a weird weather at the Grand Canyon because we've been to the Grand Canyon. It was perfect weather.
There's a photo, which is my favorite photo of my father and Jarrell because it's so wholesome. And my dad is taking a picture, not on the edge, but near the edge of the Grand Canyon. But the wind was so strong it could knock you over. Mm-hmm. So Jarrell, when my dad's like taking a picture, Jarrell's behind him, holding him by his jacket, and Jarrell has this stance, like like holding him back, like putting all his weight on the back, while my dad's taking this picture.
Yeah, if you haven't been to the Grand Canyon, there's nothing that's going to hold you from falling off.
They literally have it's a drop off.
I mean, there's not like. It's all natural. There's no
when we went in 2019, our tour guide, she was like, yeah, 14 people, pass away in this part of the Grand Canyon every year for falling off the edge. Mm-hmm. And we were thinking, oh, they must be climbing over stuff.
Taking selfies.
No.
That's what she said. Lots of them were taking selfies.
Let me tell a story.
Go tell your story. I'm sorry.
She interrupts me. But, I thought they were, climbing over the edge, sitting on a fence. And she was like, no, they're turning their backs to the canyon and taking selfies. And then they fall over the edge because there's no fence. And when she said there was no fence or no railing, I was like, that's stupid. Obviously, people are going to die.
And there's a lot of rocks you can climb on freely. Mm-hmm. I mean, you could fall very easily. Well, just be careful if you get there.
Holly's going to be at the carnival celebration. She's going to visit St. Thomas.
Nice.
Paul's here.
Hey, Paul. Did you hear us talk? You notice we were talking about you earlier? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been to Boston, Bar Harbor, Martha's Vineyards, Halifax, Sydney. Tomorrow we're in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, and Quebec. What do you hate to even said that? I don't know. Mm-hmm. That's an amazing trip. That's a lot of good ports. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like it. We also want to recognize our moderators that are here tonight. We have Anthony Simone Blaine from Rayleigh Creative Travel.
I'm checking it. We're doing this without a mic.
And Miss Meg.
We're doing this without a mic.
Oh, you worried about it?
Yes.
I think they would tell us if it's bad.
I know, but I mean, also we're testing out the theory of the laptop, but we're also downstairs, so there's an echo.
Yeah, I wonder if the USB that you plug that mic in is causing a problem for the mic.
I'm not putting it back.
We're not going to test it now, but because the mic works on my computer, but the internet works better. Or your computer works better on a live stream.
Okay, so. You can't have the best of
we're broken. We're broken.
Oh, goodness gracious.
So let's talk about some travel news, and then we're going to get into some questions for you all about traveling. What?
It's like I was afraid of the Grand Canyon until now.
Yeah. You get there and you realize I'm a few steps from death.
It was the windy part that got me.
Yeah.
Whenever it's severely windy and wind is hitting my face, I shut down because I'm like, I have no control over what's hitting my body right now. Yeah. And that was the same way it was when Dad and I went to the Empire State Building and it was snowing. It was so windy. Mm-hmm. And I just literally just curled down because I'm like, I'm safer down here than I am standing up right now.
Well, the wind in the Grand Canyon was sand. It was like a sandstorm. It was.
I had sand in my ears and my nose.
I had like a jacket that had a hood, and I had like the hood almost all the way closed and tied right here just to keep it from getting. And I had sunglasses on to keep the sand from getting my eyes. Mm-hmm. It was a wild day, but we got to see the Grand Canyon.
Dad really wanted to see the Hoover Dam more than anything. We were wondering because when we saw the Hoover Dam the first time back in 2019 with the same tour group, which we recommend, they did the Hoover Dam first, and then we went to the Grand Canyon. Mm-hmm. Well, this past time we just
did the opposite.
We did the opposite, and I looked at her and I said, "Are we not going to the Hoover Dam?" And we were trying to figure this out. And then the guy says, "We'll come back to the Hoover Dam later." I was like, "Oh, thank God," because if William Reese can't see the Hoover Dam, this is the one thing he wanted.
That was the one thing he wanted to see. Bless his heart.
Yeah.
He doesn't ask for much, but he wants to see something. He's gonna go see it.
Yeah. He's gonna get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some travel news. What?
You make one mistake or one miscue, you might, because we'll get ready to see Jesus.
That's right. They'll be right with God.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. No. Meg, you will have a panic attack. That's what I had.
And, the first time I went was in 2019. And I was fine the day we were there. But that night, I started thinking about, for some reason, after we were like snug as a bug in a rug in our beds back at the hotel, I started having like a panic attack going, we were so close to the edge. Why did we get
2019?
Yeah, I was like, why did we get so close to the edge? Why did we climb on those rocks? We could have fallen off. Like, question my life. Like, we're not talking about that. I saw it. I'm not talking about it.
We're talking about travel.
We're talking about travel. It was horrible, Clay. It was just horrible. That's all I'll say. You know what I'm talking about.
I hit it. It took it in and took it out.
There it is.
Okay.
All right. So there's some travel news that came out this week. I like to kind of pull up the travel news every once in a while.
You want to talk about the flight from
Atlanta? I don't think we should say the word.
Somebody had an accident.
Have y'all seen the story about the biohazard? Just like a biohazard Delta
in Barcelona.
From Atlanta to Barcelona. That's some nasty stuff. All I can say is they had to rip up the carpet in the plane, and they had to bring the plane back.
I feel bad for the guy.
Oh yeah,
but I'm just like,
or a woman. We don't know.
They said it was a man.
Oh, was it?
I thought that's what they said.
Oh, I don't know.
But all I know is like, I'm gonna stop it right here. It's gross, but it went down the aisle. That's the part I don't get. How did it go all the way down?
They had a problem.
Yeah.
They had an accident.
Okay. Well, that's not part of the travel news.
That's not part of the travel news.
I heard Tom Brady is working with Delta now. What?
Huh.
All right.
Okay. I don't know about that, Blaine.
Or Nick will be like,
oh, Nick's gonna be paranoid for the next month. In fact, they had to rip the carpet up. It's just like, oh my gosh. Sounds like a crappy situation, yeah.
All right.
All right, so the first thing, you gonna turn the slide?
Get into it. I hit the button.
There's a new flight that goes from it's on the North Atlantic Airways. If y'all haven't heard this airline, it's from Norway, and they're flying a direct flight from Los Angeles to Paris. I get the words right. And it's going to start May 1st, and it is
2024.
Yeah, and it goes 6 times a week, and it's only $279 for one way. So I thought that was just an interesting story in the news that's a very affordable flight for somebody that wants to go visit Paris from LA.
Isn't it like a 13-hour flight?
I don't know. But they said the cost, the $279 includes your carry-on bag, a check bag, and a meal.
12 hours maybe.
Yeah, that's pretty, meal service. So that's actually an amazing deal.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's a safe plane.
hope it's not one of those planes. Have you seen the double-decker seat?
Oh, yeah, I saw those.
If somebody's butt is in my face, we'll have a problem.
Yeah. The next one was kind of an interesting story. It's about the Palms. Uh-oh, my Alexa's going off. The Palms Casino in Las Vegas has this package for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. It's called the Opulent 777 package experience. And it's 7 nights. I'm going to let y'all guess how much y'all think this is going to cost. 7 nights in a 9,000 square foot empathy. Looks like empathy suite. There's 2 king bedrooms, a private pool, and a terrace. 9,000 square feet. That's huge.
I want to see where this is.
The package also includes a 1-story sky villa for 7 nights with 2 hospitality tickets with prime views of the track for the Grand Prix.
It's not even on the strip.
Access to the indoor lounge, and an outdoor terrace, all-inclusive food and beverage, so all your drinks and food are included for the 7 nights. You get 6 grandstand tickets and dinner for 8 at Scotch 80 Prime, which is their fufu restaurant.
You know that road that goes past Caesar's Palace, like the strips in front of Caesar's Palace, and you go past it, like on that side road? It's down there.
But the Grand Prix is probably not just on the strip.
I understand, but that's a lot of money for you not to be directly on the strip.
How much do y'all think it cost? 7 nights, all inclusive.
Got your tickets.
Got your tickets to the Grand Prix. 9,000 square foot suite. Plus you get the villa to sit in to watch the race.
Hey, Jeffrey.
Hey, Jeffrey.
Heading to the magic show. Bye, Bill. Let's
go to a magic show. Yeah, he's on Norwegian.
Must be an Airbus A380A. Lane says he wished that was the type of price from here to Germany.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Ryan said they just started flying north, started flying to Boston last week.
So okay.
Kurt and Marsha are here.
Hey, Kurt and Marsha. So any guessing? Blaine says $2 million.
That's all we got right now.
Okay. Should we tell them?
Yeah.
$777,000.
Sorry, I thought the answer
7 nights. Huh?
I forgot the answer's not on the next page.
$777,000 for that package. You gotta like the Grand Prix. Or just have a lot of money to burn, I guess. I bet it's already booked. That's what I'm thinking. I bet as soon as they announced it, they're gonna book it. Jeffrey, we will definitely keep your godmother in our prayers. So the last piece of news is that Norwegian Cruise Line has docked 2 ships in Baltimore, Maryland now, calling the Maryland city their long-term home for the first time ever, because I know sometimes ships sail from there, but for a short time. So the 2 ships that will be home ported in Baltimore, Maryland are the Norwegian Sky and the Norwegian Sun. And they're going to...
Is that what Bill's on? Doesn't Bill say he's on the Sky?
Is he on the Sky? Mm-hmm. And they're sailing, those ships are sailing to Canada, sometime in New England. That's what Bill's on. And also they're taking cruises to Bermuda, and they're also taking cruises to
right now?
Caribbean.
They're there right now?
Maybe so. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Mom's there.
I've been to Maryland.
Norwegian Sky. Yep.
Yeah.
Look at me.
It's gonna be long term. So if you're following Bill on social media or on YouTube about his trip, then if you want to take that cruise, it's long term.
That's 777K. I'm not doing this. Give me a nice house and going on some cruises.
Absolutely. For 1 week of watching the zoom. And really the race, how long do you think the race takes? The actual Grand Prix. You think it takes a week or 2 nights?
It's several days.
Is it? I don't know anything about
it. It's like you do trials and they have practices and stuff. And you have the actual race.
So now we have some travel questions for you all. We want you to participate if you can and answer the chat, and we will put your answers on the screen. So let's talk travel.
I don't know. Did I just hit it? Yep. Cool.
Okay. If you found yourself sitting in first class on an airplane next to someone famous, who would you want it to be? What are you doing?
I'm looking up something.
Who would you want to be sitting next to you on that plane? I'd be happy that I was sitting in first class. I think my person would have to be somebody friendly that's going to talk to me, because I don't want somebody famous that's not going to talk to me. That's worthless. The whole time I feel awkward. I think like somebody like Kelly Clarkson, somebody that's just talkative, down to earth. I think Dolly Parton would be fun. Somebody that you know has got to be generally a real talkative, fun person.
I said Patrick Page.
Which is, I'm sure, Broadway.
It is. So Patrick Page plays Hades. Well, he's the original Hades from Hades Town. I just wanted to hear him talk because he got a low baritone voice.
I just want to hear him talk.
But also, he takes his dog, Georgie, everywhere. And I want Georgie on the plane with me.
You want to hold his dog.
I want to be like, talk to me in your deep voice. He seems like a nice person. And I want to hold your dog. Can I hold your dog, Georgie?
Let's see who the people in the chat want to sit with in first class. It's famous.
I'm trying. Don't you do it.
What, is it freezing?
Did you see that thing? That's how we got out of the. Remember that time we left Anthony in the chat? That's what happened.
Alton Brown, is he the
chef?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he would be fun.
And CME said Sun was a good ship.
I like NCL a lot. I really do.
I'm surprised you didn't say this one.
Selena Gomez, yeah.
You're talking about how much you think she's a good person.
I think Keith wants to sit beside her because she's pretty. She's pretty. Celine Dion. Do you know that William would say the same thing, I think? He used to love Celine Dion.
Nick, have I said this? Celine Dion won Eurovision.
Yeah.
By 1 point. Flying first class, popping champagne. Megan says that she needs a nerd.
Yeah, I wouldn't want somebody famous and not going to talk to me. I want somebody that I want to have a good conversation with. Jagger.
Welcome back, Anthony.
Happy birthday, Anthony.
Taylor Swift.
All right, Blaine.
Interesting.
That's interesting. Hannah's best friend Elizabeth would be the same way. She saw her in concert.
She's about to go see her again.
Yeah, she's already bought her next ticket, hasn't she?
I'm just like, okay.
You're not a Swiftie.
They were singing Taylor Swift all weekend, and I was just kind of like, okay.
All right, next question. In your opinion, where is the best place to take a vacation in the United States? Like, you've been there, you want to go there, but what's your favorite place? What would be your place to take? What place can you go to that you can really vacation well there, I guess? No one except my wife, because I love not having people flying next to me. I think that's going to be the benefit of being on that little plane going to New York City from Columbia that we go to next summer. Is it's just going to be you and me. We don't have to worry about a third person.
We won't have a TV screen.
We'll have a TV screen. Can't you download movies on your phone?
Mm-hmm. You can download it
from Netflix.
Yeah.
It's not. How long is the flight? 2 hours?
It's an hour and 45 to 2 hours and 15 minutes. Depending. Yeah, we're taking a nap. We got an early flight.
Oh yeah, it is early. We'll be taking a nap, wrapping that neck pillow around.
We'll go to sleep, and then we'll just feel the boom boom.
If I'm really sleepy and I take a book out on a plane, I'm like out since I start reading.
Do you remember the time that Dad fell asleep during takeoff when we went to Seattle?
Mm-hmm.
The first time we went to Alaska, and then woke up when we landed and hit the bump up. He goes, "What is that?"
He slept the whole flight,
and we're just like,
and he was. When he by
he was by himself. He had the whole road.
Wasn't it like a 2-seater and a 4-seater and then a 2-seater or something?
It was 2-3-2.
And he had
the whole. He found a road that nobody else was on.
empty, and
he laid down.
He took all the armrests and laid across all 3 seats, and he was out.
All right. Oh, what is your answer to this?
The best place to take a vacation in the United States, I think Hawaii, just because there's just so much to see, so much to eat, so much to do. That's one of my favorite places to take a vacation. I mean, if you want to do like adventurous, like rides and all that stuff, Orlando is good because there's so many parks.
What did you say? I was reading stuff.
If you want to do like a lot of rides and theme parks and
the
stuff.
First part before that.
Why?
Hawaii. Okay.
You okay?
I wasn't moving. Well, there's somebody in here I don't know, but I agree with them. I don't know this person.
Hey, Scott. I know who Scott is.
Do you?
Alaska's Manhattan is it.
So I agree with that last part.
Thank you for being here, Scott, by the way.
Yeah, I agree with that last part. The Manhattan.
Yeah.
I feel that Manhattan. Now, I will give this disclaimer. I do not recommend you taking children younger than the age of 13, probably. I don't. To Manhattan. Because there's a lot of like things that you just need to prepare kids for. Unless you have like, you know, I don't know how to explain it. Unless there's like.
It's very stimulating.
Yeah. And it can be overwhelming to a child. I see people take their kids, and it's in New York it's not like Disney where things are in a controlled space and a controlled area. Your kids will be exposed to things, not bad things, but they'll be exposed to things that you probably don't want them to be exposed to, But I mean, if it was my kids, I would probably wait until they're at least 11 or 10,
10 or 11.
It doesn't matter.
I like going to order.
Okay.
But so yours is New York?
Yeah, I say New York because if you're like an artsy person, perfect. If you're a person who just wants to go for like retail and restaurants, perfect. History, perfect.
History, yeah.
It just music, awesome, great. There's something for everybody in New York City. You can find your spot that you need to be.
She likes the hustle and bustle. I like to chill out.
Y'all, whenever I hear sirens at my house, and I hear that because I'm next to a fire station, I just I'm just like, oh, New York.
What do people say in the chat?
We got Keith.
Yeah.
Orlando,
I agree.
Anthony.
Key West. Oh, yeah. I've only been to Key West on a cruise ship. It would be nice to go there for a few days and then take it all in. I agree. Very laid back, too. New York City for fun and Helen for relaxation. Helen is very relaxing. That whole area that around Helen is very nice. I'm putting my hands up again. Badlands in South Dakota if you like quiet and less populated. If you like history, Savannah, Georgia. If you like mountains, Pigeon Forge. Beach would be Hilton Head.
So on the last day of The Bachelorette, I was driving with the bride's sister, Carson, who's been in our chat before. And her husband was going to meet us at my house, but he wasn't going to be there for like another hour. I was like, do you want to go to the cemetery? So we went to Bonaventure Cemetery, and I drove her around, and we talked about all the different things. I gave her history, and she was just like, this is so cool.
Yeah, I know cemeteries aren't the thing for everybody, but that cemetery
is beautiful.
It's beautiful, but it has so much stories to it. But you really have to research it before you go to know what you're looking for. But they have some famous people buried there too.
But what's interesting is that there's a part at the end of the cemetery that's on a waterway that you can have picnics at. I know that sounds weird. You're not having picnics on people's graves. It's like a whole separate area in the back. But a lady was doing painting. She was painting. So she had like a easel and everything and a palette for her paint. And she was painting the waterway.
Yeah, the waterway's beautiful.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I want to go back to the cemetery. Here we go, Nick.
I love Seattle. Seattle's the one place that I always say I like to go back again.
Somebody said, I'm okay with not going back to Vegas, but now since I'm having to pull up all the Vegas videos and she's like, go seeing them, she's like, I think I want to go back.
I like the entertainment that they offer there.
I have 2 more Cirque shows that I haven't seen. One that I will definitely see next time. Hey, boo-boo.
Hey, Kathy. Alaska. Yeah, that's another great one too.
Professor
Alaska,
Travel.
beautiful.
Is that Scott?
Professor. Yeah, Alaska was gorgeous, but New York City never gets old. Yeah, both are great places of vacation.
Did I get Kathy? We just did Kathy,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, you definitely. Yeah, just walking down the strip, you're going to see some stuff in Vegas.
You're going to see stuff that, you can't control. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, you can go to Dollywood and go to Pigeon Forge and things like that. New York, I know as a kid, I became overstimulated and I would have breakdowns.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot going on in New York that I feel like an older person
and I would never take a child down Fremont Street.
In Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No.
Never. Hannah.
Huh?
Nowadays, they see this at 8 years old in school. They said Bonaventure's a client of his for the magazine.
Nice.
I absolutely love Bonaventure. If you need an interview, like someone go in there, I've been there 3 times. Love it. I recommend people go there. Our Airbnb was like 4 minutes down the road. I was like, who wants to go to the cemetery? All of them looking at me like, you're nuts.
This is Bachelorette weekend, Hannah. We don't want to go to the cemetery.
Night, Keith.
Good night, Keith.
Hey, lovies.
Hey, Mike and Michelle.
But it was just so funny. You know how, like, when we went to Bonaventure, let's go to the next slide so people have time to answer, and I'll tell you this.
All right. If you have been on a cruise, what was the best cabin you have had? What type of cabin? And what ship was the cabin on?
So when you and I went to Bonaventure, there wasn't, I just hit the thing. There wasn't that many, like, tour groups going around. When Carson and I went on Monday, there was, like, 2 buses, like Mercedes, like, what we went to the Grand Canyon in, like those, and like 3 golf carts going around.
But we went around still when the Coco Roro was kind of.
Oh, this is true. That was November 20th.
Yeah, we were still wearing masks.
But I was just like, there's so many people. It was just, it's so peaceful there.
The peaceful cemetery.
Do you know what Dad said? And this is a really bad joke.
I don't know if we should say it then.
I called Dad. Well, Dad called me. And we were riding through the cemetery. And
he probably saw your location.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But then he calls me and he goes, hey, I need you to turn off the alarm to your house because he was feeding my cat and staying there with her. And I was like, okay. And he goes, so how's the cemetery? Because we track each other's location. I said, it's really nice and it's really peaceful. He said, I hope it is because everybody there's dead. It was just...
They're resting in peace.
I was like, he's like, you're probably some of the only living people there.
He's not right.
And it was just so random. Okay, what's your answer to this?
Mine was the I think we had the same answer.
Meg said I would have gone. Talking about going to the
yeah, that's a good cemetery to go see.
It's so much history to it. You walk through it and you're just like, wow, I'll learn a lot.
I had some kind of thing that we could listen to, like a little audio tour that I found online, and just hearing the stories of some of the people that were buried there and why they had certain things on their graves, on their monuments and stuff.
We went there because it's associated with the movie Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. Because apparently the Bird Girl statue was there at one point, but people were chipping away at it. So they moved it to the museum. So we went there just to see it, and it's just like one of my favorite places to go.
And they're making that into a musical.
Well, they're workshopping it.
Yeah, they're workshopping a musical for that went from that story. Yep.
Yeah, the person who won Best Actor for the Tonys this past year is reading for Lady Chablis. Yep. Okay.
All right. So for me, for the best cabin was the Carnival Magic when we had an aft cabin because it was huge. It was a big cabin, and of course it was aft view. William and I, after that, a few years later, did a suite, but I still liked that cabin, the aft cabin on the Magic better than the suite.
But you did a suite on the Sunshine.
Yeah, we did a suite on the Sunshine, but the aft cabin on the Magic was just as big, and of course the view.
Was your aft cabin on the Valor smaller?
It was smaller, and I did not really like, and I think if Mike's still in the chat, from Lovey's Fat Life, they had the same experience. I didn't really care for the aft cabin on the Sunshine. I thought it was just really narrow. I thought it was the closets were so weird.
You get seasick back there.
And it was kind of rough. But the closet, you know how most closets, I'll just use a pencil, have like you hang it this way. For some reason on the aft cabins, they put the rod this way and you had to hang your clothes going opposite. It was weird. I don't know. So, Carnivalation, after the refurbishment, we got an interior with a couch on the new deck above the Lido. I don't think we've been on the Elation since they've refurbished it. It's cool. We had a balcony cabin in October on the Horizon. It was deck 10 on the Lido, so you just had to walk out and go enjoy all the fun. That's a good location. Oasis of the Seas, the boardwalk balcony cabin. You get to see the fun and the aft view. It's amazing. That's cool. That's the actually looked over the inside.
But
you look at the promenade, and plus you could see it's open, so you can see the aft area of the ocean.
So you get both?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's cool. The Grand Suite on the Freedom, the Cove Balcony Suite, and the Family Harbor area on the Horizon. I want to try a Cove balcony. I've heard that's kind of a cool experience. You're closer to the water. The dead center town. Everyone is dying to get in.
And I made the joke at the same time.
You're so funny. On my first cruise on the Glory, in a balcony cabin that was larger than others I've been in since then, it was located right inside the doors on the Lido deck. So convenient.
What do you know? What the smallest room we've been in? I remember it because it was tiny.
Was it the Sunshine aft?
No, ma'am. It's our first Norwegian cruise.
The Sea. That's the lamp.
Yeah.
The Norwegian Sea.
It was.
You have such a better. I'm old. I don't have a memory of that.
I mean, the Disney one was small because we got 4 people in one.
Yeah,
that was crazy. But the one bed went this way, one bed went this way, and we literally had 2 steps to get to the wall from one bed. I was like, wow. I was like 8, and I remember it being small. Yeah, that ship's no longer underneath Norwegian.
What is the longest car ride you've taken without stopping for an overnight stay?
I did, like, with stops, but not for overnight. It was about 11 hours to Little Rock, Arkansas.
With your stops?
Yeah, with our stops. Without, it's like 9.5.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I haven't really taken really long. I mean, I'm not a big long car rider person, but I guess it had to be like to Virginia, which is what, 7.5 hours?
Oh, I've been in a car longer than you.
Yeah, I'm not a big long car rider person.
There you go.
And Laurie, when you ride with this one, the music you have to listen to. The only person that can handle you and the music would be Nick.
Okay. That's why I'm like, let's play trivia in the car.
You see what Mike said something about the Sunshine.
I know you were talking.
I remember his video.
I love how you interrupt me.
I think Mike and them did it before we did that thing, and then after we did, I was like, I should have listened to Mike.
I love how she interrupts me, and she just acknowledges that she interrupts me.
The Miracle Extended Aft was much better and larger. Yeah, that's how the Magic was, but that's Sunshine. Yeah, small. Smallest ship I have been on was the Royal Caribbean Enchantment of the Seas in 2003. However, the Carnival Celebration has some small bathrooms. My leg hits the wall.
But when you're tall.
He is tall.
So I can understand.
12 hours to Tampa to home. I bet. Ooh, and Anthony with you on that? I bet he's a good baby. He can make it all through that. From Atlanta to Chevy Chase, Maryland. 8 hours. Yeah, there's a point where I need to fly. Branson.
That's probably
To
about
home.
15-hour drive.
Oh, boy.
If you do 60,
Were you pulling a camper?
If you do 60 miles an hour,
Yeah, let's go do the math.
and we give in some time for when you're not going 16 miles an hour, it's about 14 to 15 hours and some breaks. Because that's what, 13 and a half hours or 13 hours and 10 minutes or something.
And definitely at my age, I have to take breaks.
Sunshine Ave was small.
Yeah, it was small. Drive from Charlotte to Miami, 4 later. It's horrible, and I would never do it again. Yeah.
No, that's a 13-hour drive from here.
Shoo.
And that's 2 hours to, so like 15 hours.
We would not be friends by the end of it if I was in a car with 4 ladies. Could you imagine? I love my sister, but can you imagine? She wouldn't do it either. She would fly. Flown every time since, I bet. It was an RV. That's why I wondered if you were pulling a camper. 20 hours. Drove from Savannah to Key West, Florida. Yeah, Kurt and Marshall drive a lot. They're like, I think y'all like to drive. Hey, Together We Travel. Thank y'all for being here.
All
right, next question. Which seat do you prefer on an airplane and why? The window, the middle, or the aisle?
It just depends.
I'm very blessed that I have 2 people in my life that I fly with, that 3 that don't mind that I take the window, because that's like my only option for me. I'm not princess or anything. I just have to see it. I want to see the ground. I want to see the clouds. Mimi is good to fly with because she wants an aisle. And William's good to fly with too because he wants an aisle.
Did y'all have someone separating y'all?
Yes.
Did you? Did she try to talk to you?
Mimi don't watch live streams, so I can tell this story. So when I booked our flight when we went out of New Jersey on the cruise in May, I put myself at the window because that's just my thing. I like the window. Also, I've had to take a nap. I kind of like to. Anyway, Mimi has claustrophobia, so she has to sit at the aisle seat so she feels that openness, I guess. So when we're flying, I put the seat in between us empty. Now, those of you that fly a lot know sometimes that might happen that you might not get somebody, but we were on full flights and we had somebody. The first time, this lady sits between us. It was a girl. It was about your age, I guess. She sits between us, and she realized that we were talking to each other.
That's rude.
I mean, she needed something, like her headphones or something. It wasn't a big thing. And it was before we even took off. I didn't sit there and talk to her the whole time. And I had her headphones in my bag, and she goes, Laurie, you got my headphones? And I got them out. And I handed them, and the girl goes, oh, do you want to switch so y'all can sit together? And I said, I'm about to be on a 10-day trip with this lady. I need this moment. She started laughing.
It's like, no, you didn't separate us.
And Hannah's always flexible about where she sits. You're a great travel partner too, because
as long as you don't mind me sleeping on you, then we're fine. Yeah. Because I can't with a neck pillow. It don't work for me. Like it's either
with the mouth open,
or it's like this, and then my neck hurts so bad. But so if I'm like this on you, which if I fly by myself and it's a flight that I know I'm going to have to sleep on, I want the window. But I prefer the aisle if it's just like a normal flight, where I don't have to sleep.
And Hannah has taken her neck pillow and put it on the tray.
Like I wipe off the tray. Let's
yeah, we always clean the trays.
Wipe off the tray, and then I put a blanket on it, and then I put the neck pillow on it, and I go down because I can't sleep like this or like this.
It took me about 3 different neck pillows to find one that I actually like, and I finally have one. It kind of looks like a snake because it kind of like wraps around instead of just does that U thing, and it supports your chin. And I like it.
I'm a mouth breather, and my head needs to be down.
That was a long discussion.
Window.
Who said window? Meg likes the window.
Aisle. Then there's Nick, the F jump seat.
Do you prefer that, Nick?
Aisle. Window seat exit if I can, my long legs.
I bet. That's the one thing about being short is that we fit a lot more comfortably than y'all can. Tall
Window
people.
view and something to lean on.
Yeah, it's all about the leaning on the window for me too. But I like that stuff too.
Legs can
I
hang out.
like to get out my area sanitized before I get all comfortable.
Legs hang out in the aisle.
Yeah. All these tall people.
Breathe that.
I don't know if I want to know that.
Chet's about 3 hours or less. I want the window, but over that, I prefer that. I also have to climb over people to go to the bathroom.
That's what William, my husband, said. He said, if I have to go to the bathroom, I want to be.
I don't drink on planes. I don't. It's not a good idea for me.
I have drink vouchers.
I don't want to.
Just give Hannah a drink and you're good. Hannah doesn't drink well. I like the window that way I can get in and not move until I'm off. I just have my little corner. Yeah. As long as you don't have to go to the bathroom, it's a good thing. All right. What do you feel is the perfect amount of days for a vacation?
There's really not an answer to that.
Not an answer. I think a cruise.
Let me tell you. Okay. If it's just
depends on where I'm with.
If it's like a cruise, I'm gonna say 8 days. I can only spend so much time on a ship. If it's like to New York, I can say 3 nights, 4 nights maybe. Because I know it's easier to go back and forth between New York. Now, if my butt is going to Australia, I'm there for 2 weeks. I'm not handling that time change.
I'm probably not going to go back there again.
I'm not handling that time change, and I'm not handling that flight time to and from. My butt's going to be there for a while, So it just depends.
If y'all want to stick around, we're going to probably go a little bit over because I know Mike and Michelle are not live tonight. But speaking of Australia, I'm going to go off topic for a minute. Delta, have y'all noticed that Delta has a sale on flights to Australia? I think it ends tomorrow. Also, at the same time, getting these great deals from Carnival on Australian cruises. I said it's kind of like they're kind of tag teaming each other. It got very interesting today when I was looking at it. I was like, no, I don't want to fly that long to Australia.
What's your answer?
Perfect amount of days for it. Yeah, I'm like you. It depends on where you're going. Amusement park, 4 days.
She's looking at me.
In the parks, 3 days.
No.
And a cruise, 8 days. I think it's a good amount of time. But 5 days, 5 to 8 days is my happy place.
Mm-hmm.
Like a 5-day cruise is good for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like you. It depends on how much I travel to get there.
Mm-hmm.
7 to 10. Yeah. The recovery day is important. Yes. Cruise day, 10 to 12 days land trip. Okay. 5 to 7. We're in Pigeon Forge in a couple of weeks, for about 2 weeks. So we'll see if that's too long, but I could go there year round. Yeah. Cruise 7 to 10 days. It's hard to get off work longer than a week usually. Yeah. That darn job making you go back. Okay. True.
Oh. What are you reading?
I don't know what that was about. I think it was a part of a conversation. All right. Let's go. Where did you go? What did you say?
No.
Where did you go on your last vacation? How would you rate the trip from
Jesus.
William's in the bedroom with the dogs. He's making noise. Where did you go on your last vacation, and how would you rate the trip from 1 to 10, 10 being amazing? What was your last vacation?
It was New York.
She's not counting the bachelorette trip. Y'all did a lot.
We didn't really.
It was more of a get together than a vacation.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you did New York with your dad in January. Was your last vacation?
I'm going to say my company was 10. The location is 10. Itinerary 10. I'm just going to give a point off to the Empire State Building. Because they
scooted you out.
They legitimately said, "Oh, you can buy tickets up till 9 p.m. and the observation deck closes at 9:30." When I bought these tickets, our ticket was at 8. Get up there, we're like, "Oh, we have like 30 minutes. We can do the museum and then go up to the top, just hang out there for 30 minutes and come back down before they even start closing them." They closed early at 8:30. And they literally were like pushing us through the museum, like, you gotta go, get up to the observation deck, walk out of the door, like, "Oh, this is pretty, look at this." And they were like, "You gotta go back inside now."
The lesson learned is, because we had a great experience in United at the Empire State Building, go to the Empire State Building in the afternoon, like 2 o'clock.
Yeah, do not trust the last time they sell the tickets.
Yeah.
They lie. They lie. But I mean, I would say that the trip was a 10. I'm a huge fan of the Empire State Building right now. So
yeah, my last trip was the Celebrity Summit to Bermuda, and Bermuda is an absolute 10. That was my first time there, and I'm excited that Hannah and I are going back. The ship, a 10. The crew, amazing. I could not ask for a better relaxing trip, cruise ship.
I think the reason why I enjoyed the trip so much is because I got to see it through Dad's eyes.
Yeah, he was so excited. It's his first time in New York.
First time in New York, he worked it up so much. He loved it. You know, he got to see things, experience things that he's never had to experience before. And then he even enjoyed a Broadway show, which I forced him to go to.
2 of them.
Yeah, but he liked Phantom of the Opera. He was like, "This is my second favorite thing we've done."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he even said tonight at dinner that he would go back again for 7 days.
He was like, "I need a week."
He needs a week.
And I'm just like,
oh, sweet.
I was like, okay. He was like, "Hey, no, you did an amazing job. I loved it. It was a 10. We were asking him the questions. I'm like, "I know what I'm doing. Give me New York. I can give you an itinerary."
So in April, Blaine and Mallory went to Disney and visited all 4 parks. They gave a 9 just because it was starting to get warm. Yeah.
And costly.
And costly. Yes.
Let me tell you, Disneyland, they nickel and dime you for everything. Like Fast Pass, like if you want premium seats for World of Disney, you got those lightning lanes. The World of Disney, that's the store.
The World of Color. It's okay, she worked hard today.
It's just like they're nickeling and diming you for everything. I'm like, dude, no. Keep.
All right, Meg's last vacation was to New Orleans, and she was at 10 because it went wonderfully. Good. I like New Orleans. Kathy did the 14-day land NCL cruise from Southampton to Rome. Absolutely amazing at 10. That sounds like a very wonderful trip. Nick said he was on Discovery Princess. He went from LA to Vancouver for 4 nights, 8.5. Oh no, he took away 1 point for food poisoning. Ordered the duck. Oh no, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next question. We're getting close to the end.
Last one.
That's the last one. You better get your ducks in a row. Can I tell you the fast story? When Hannah was little, when the first time I went to Hawaii, and we went into
shut up.
And she wanted Chinese food. My sister was with us, and I was with my parents. And there was 2 restaurants like right beside each other. One was more like a American kind of diner kind of thing, and then there was the Chinese food restaurant. So she and Jenny went into the Chinese food restaurant because she wanted Chinese, and we went. My parents to the other restaurant. We said we'll just come out and meet each other.
What did y'all even eat?
It was called the Flamingo something. It was just American food.
Yeah, and
my father was like, "No, we're not going there." But y'all wanted it, so y'all went. And they had the duck, the duck hanging, like cooked and hanging.
It was several ducks, and I had never ever seen Peking duck.
And it was hanging for some reason.
Peking duck, or I don't know how to say it.
On these ropes, like in front of
But that's how they're supposed to be. As I get older, I know that now.
How old do you think you were about?
I was like 9 or 10.
And we met up with Jenny and Hannah after we ate lunch.
Hold on. Can I tell you a story? Okay, let me tell you.
They're going to think we're never going to let them go.
No, we're almost done. But she always talked about how she got food poisoning. I want to explain my Train of thought. She says she talked about how she got food poisoning at Disney and how horrible it was and how she felt like she was going to die and stuff like that. And yeah, so go ahead.
So Jenny comes out in the parking lot. I mean, laughing so hard she is crying. She said when they walked in and she saw the ducks.
After we ate. No, it was after we ate.
After they ate.
No. We went into Ross afterwards, and it had been weighing on my mind after we ate for 10 minutes. And then I asked her in the Ross.
She said, this little child looks up at her and goes, Chi-Chi, are we going to die?
I thought we were going to die of food poisoning. And that's so horrible because I just didn't know, but that's completely normal.
And that's normal for Hannah because Hannah internalizes everything and thinks about
until it's the worst scenario. And we were fine. The food was delicious. I've never seen the ducks like that.
So every time we go to a restaurant and it's kind of different or there's something in it that looks kind of sketchy, she looks at Chicken and she goes, Hannah, are we going to die?
Oh gosh. It was fine. I bet the duck was delicious. I bet it was.
All right, this is the last question. Do you have your next vacation plan? And if so, where are you going?
We're going to
I'm going with you, Hannah.
To Disneyland.
We're going
to Disneyland.
You should have a little more energy when you said that. Where are you going, Hannah? You know when they win a Super Bowl.
They say Disney World.
Yeah. I'm going to Disneyland.
We're going to Disneyland.
We're going to Disneyland. It's our next vacation in October.
Hold on. None planned as of right now.
Man, you're supposed to always have something planned, even if it's like 2025. Have something planned. I forget about Helen in March. I need it on my calendar.
So did Meg. She forgot it too. Oh, yes, Helen in March.
Yeah. I don't have it on my calendar. I'm a planner. That's odd for me. Starting to plan a cruise in February 2024, my 20th year of cruising. Nick, that makes you sound old.
There's Carson.
There's Carson.
Carson, we talked about you and all good things.
What did Kurt and Marcia say?
You need to read faster.
They're cruising with us, yes, on the booze cruise. So excited.
Mm-hmm.
That's just going to be nice. Cruising next September from Venice, Italy to Athens, Greece. Still hoping to book something between now and then, though.
Mm-hmm. Carson, we were talking about the cemetery.
Kathy does good cruises.
We weren't saying anything bad about you, I promise. We were talking about the cemetery.
We're talking about how the cemetery is cool.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Age is only a number. It's how you feel inside. Nick's my age.
He's your age?
No, I'm just saying.
I can believe that.
No, I'm just saying that's what he feels inside.
I can believe that he's your age, though.
Yes.
Nick looks very young.
Nick is young.
A lot younger than me.
Yeah.
Kathy's going to Helen too. Yay.
Anyway.
Tell them Magnificent Germany of Darien save 10%. They should put us all over there in building 700 if they can. I've never stayed at that hotel. I need to go ahead and book it because we said next time we were going to go for 2 nights.
Oh my gosh, my back.
Okay. I got to write that. Building 700. All right.
You know, I was saying that Nick's my twin is what I was trying to say.
Y'all are very similar.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Y'all the same age.
That's what I'm saying. He's my same age.
So thank y'all so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Yes, I'm the same age. Wink.
What are you laughing? I really don't. Now I'm guessing. I'm trying to figure out how old Nick is.
Well, don't make him say it.
I'm not going to make him say it, but Nick, you are Hannah's age. I'll just believe that because I think he looks very young.
He is young.
Okay. Blaine says y'all do like twins. I can see it. So thank y'all so much for joining us. This was fun. We're just glad to have y'all with us. And
sorry for the microphone.
And the acoustics are different here because we're downstairs. But thank y'all so much for letting us know about the microphone issue earlier. We appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
So Hannah's will you close us out, please?
Hello.
Oh, yes. I did say that Lovey's Fat Life was not live tonight, but Beach Please is live tonight at 9 o'clock. Thank you, babe.
Okay.
I was just reading. Go ahead.
I was like wondering if you were ready for me to do this.
Yes.
Okay.
I was reading Carson. Hey, Carson.
Hey, Carson.
Carson looked really pretty in the pictures I saw.
I know.
Just saying.
She said you look stylish, and then I came home. She was like, "You do not need to tuck your shirt in your
Hannah,
shirt."
no, I won't say it online. I'll tell you later, Carson.
She said, "I look like a grandma or something." And she was just like,
Just like Carson next time. All
right. Love y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Y'all the real MVPs. But yeah, y'all stay safe out there. Stay healthy. And don't forget to journey on.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.